Okay, so here we are with no database, but now we're going to use that backup that we created before. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on File and then come down to Restore. Come over to Database. And it says, what do you want to do? You want to restore a database that you backed up, or you want to do a restore as, in which case what you want to do is you want to use a database backup to create a copy of a database at a new location with a new name. If we were doing some moving around of files for networking, we might want to use that. Or do you want to unpack and restore a remote database from another package? Well, no, it's on this system and I know where it is, so I'm just going to restore it. So I'm going to click on OK. And it says, okay, well, where is it? Well, I'm going to click on Browse. Now, notice that it took me right to my backup folder. That's because I've used this tool before. Wherever you've used it, then it will be there for next time. So now what I'm going to do is click on Act 8 Demo Zip and click on Open. And it'll fill in that information. And then I'm going to click on OK. And it says, okay, well, give me the person that has authority to open this database, which is a good security feature. And as you know, there's only 2 administrators that have the authority to get into this thing, and that's Chris Huffman and Bill Ferguson. What I'm going to do is use Chris Huffman's name instead of my own, and I'm going to click on OK. Of course, we could have other users that could open it up, but for the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to open it up with an administrator. We're going to click on OK. It says files modified after the backup will be overwritten to the older file. Any modifications would be lost upon restoring the database. Are you sure you want to do that? That's normal. If you back something up and then restore it, it's going to overwrite anything that you had before. I'm going to say yes, that's what I want to do. And it's extracting the information then and recreating our database. Now, the information in this case was exactly the same. There weren't any changes that I made. I deleted a database that I had just backed up. In other words, we didn't make any fundamental changes to our database after we backed it up. So what we restore is going to be exactly the same. And as you can see, it's restoring templates and database files, all the information that I need. And it says restore was completed successfully. I'm going to click on OK. And so now we have a restored database. So now we should be able to go into that database. What I'm going to do is click on Open Database, and then I'm going to find the database. And so that's simply a matter of remembering where that database was. And in this case, where that database was is in local disk C, and then I'm going to go to Documents and Settings, All Users.Windows, and then to Shared Documents, to Act for Windows 8, Databases. But wherever you want to store the database, you might want to store it in a place that's easier to find than that. That just happened to be where it ended up for my backup. I'm going to click on Open, and notice then that it says, okay, well, Chris Huffman, go ahead and enter this database. I'm going to click on OK, and Act is loading. And as you can see, it's loading the database that was restored from the backup, and we haven't lost anything. In fact, right back in business where we started. So it's important to know how to perform a backup and how to perform a restore, just in case your database were to be deleted or damaged. And it's also important to know how to keep people productive. And part of that production, or part of that productivity, might be synchronizing ACT with other types of devices and synchronizing ACT across your network. We'll talk about synchronization next.